the chapter is, it is the first chapter of the class 11, that is the living world. Okay, this is the chapter we're going to start now. First of all, when we are saying that the name of the chapter is the living world, first of all we have to know that what does this living world means. How you tell that something is living? So to tell that something is living, you look at certain characteristics. Obviously, suppose if in your room you have your study table, and on that study table you have a tub, and in that tub you have a plant. Okay, now if I ask you that is this study table living, you will say no. If I ask you is this tub living, you will say no. But if I ask you that is this plant living, you will say yes sir, the plant is living. So why you are saying that the plant is living and the study table and the tub that are not living? So there are certain characteristics that we look at when we say that something is living and something is non-living. So first, what we will do, we will discuss those characteristics one by one. Okay, we'll start discussing those characteristics one by one. First characteristics that we are going to discuss is growth. Growth. So you said that the plant is living and the table is non-living. Why you have said that? Because the plant grows, right? So growth is a characteristic feature of living organism. Growth is a characteristic feature of living organism. Now we have to note that what does growth means. Growth means increase in size, right? Obviously the day you were born you were this small, today you have now become this big, right? And so this is obviously what? This is obviously increase in size. Now why you have increased in size? Because the number of cells has also increased. So growth is also increase in number of cells. Growth is also increase in number of cells. Also what we can call growth? Growth is also increase in mass. So if a object or if a organism is growing in size, growing in its number of cells, and growing in mass, we can say that the organism is living, right? Now question is this a defining characteristics of living organism? Is this growth is a exclusive property of living organism? For this we have a big no. Why sir no? Because if you see mountains, if you see mountains, they also grow. Mountains also grow. If you keep a rock on ground for some days, that will also grow. So growth, we can say that growth is of two type: intrinsic and extrinsic. So there are two types of growths: intrinsic and extrinsic. Extrinsic means the growth when it is happening from outside, which is seen in case of mountains, in case of rock, in case of non-living organism. Intrinsic growth, it is only seen in case of living organism. So we cannot say that growth is a exclusive or defining property, but intrinsic growth is a defining property, right? So growth is not a defining property of living organism. Defining property means if you see growth, you cannot surely tell that that is a living organism, because as we have seen that mountains also grow, so non-living organisms, they also grow. Next, what we have, what characteristic mode we have? Next characteristics that we'll see is characteristics number 2, right? One we have seen, now we'll see 2, that is respond to stimulus. So living organisms, okay, one thing you have to know, this also you have studied in class 10, that what does stimulus means? Stimulus means changes in external environment. That's what stimulus means, right? So respond to stimulus. So living organisms always respond to the stimulus. Living organisms always respond to the changes of the external environment. So we can call this as, what we can call this as, defining characteristics or defining character. What more we have? We have reproduction. Third we have reproduction. Is reproduction defining characteristics? Reproduction means what? Reproduction, the definition of reproduction is that an organism will give birth to a similar kind of organism, right? That's what reproduction means. Now, is reproduction a defining characteristics? There is an organism called mule. Mule is a hybridization of a horse and donkey. Mule is a living organism, but it is sterile. So it cannot reproduce. Suppose worker bees. We know that there are 3 types of bees, na? Worker bees, drone bee. Worker bee or drone bee, same thing. The male bee and the female bee, right? Worker bees, they are also sterile. Infertile human beings. Suppose because of any complication, a human being becomes infertile. All of them, they cannot reproduce. They cannot reproduce, though they are living, right? Though they are living. So we cannot say that reproduction is a defining characteristics. So reproduction will say this is non-defining, right? What more characteristics we have? We have on the fourth one, we have metabolism. Metabolism, what does metabolism means? Metabolism means all the reactions going inside cell or organism. So metabolism is what? All reactions or sum of all reactions in an organism. What are all reactions are there? Suppose photosynthesis, respiration, digestion, everything, DNA synthesis, everything comes under metabolism. Okay. So if there is no metabolism, if there is no reaction inside a living organism, the organism cannot be living. So metabolism, we say that metabolism is a defining characteristics. Okay. Next, what? The next one is fifth one is cellular organization. Cellular organization means that the organism is made up of cell or not. If a organism is not made up of cell, or we can say every living organism is made up of cell, so cellular organization is always a defining characteristics. It is a defining characteristics. Where there is no cell, there is no life. So we say cellular organization is a defining characteristics. You will see when we will do five kingdom classification. When we will do five kingdom classification, we will talk of virus, but virus we will not keep in any of the kingdom, because in virus is called as acellular. That's why we do not keep virus in any kingdom. So we do not consider virus as living. So to be living, you must have cellular organization, or the living organism must be made up of cells. So these are the certain characteristics of a living organism, and you have to keep in mind that which are defining and which are non-defining. First, we have talked of growth. Growth was non-defining. Respond to stimulus is defining. Reproduction is non-defining. Metabolism is defining, and cellular organization is also defining. Okay. Next part we're going to see in the next video.